See y'all, see you now.
What? She startled me.
A new season of Smiling Friends is on the way this fall, so let's talk about everything we know so far. Hey everybody, I'm KillJoy Jake, and I don't watch horror movies anymore now that I know that they can open up demonic portals on my TV. Thanks, Candace Cameron Beer. Jokes aside though, we are getting into some new topics today, talking about the third season of Smiling Friends. The adult animated series truly broke into the mainstream when clips from season 2 went viral on TikTok.
This homeless man won't leave, so I'm spraying him with dirty brown water.
On top of that, this show has received one of the highest honors a new adult animated series can get by getting ripped on by The Simpsons.
Obviously, the jokes are great, but what I love is the storytelling.
Now creators Michael Cusack and Zach Haddle have announced during the Annecy Animation Festival that not only is the third season dropping this fall, but they're renewed through season 5. It's impressive that this show is as popular as it's become, considering that the first episode was aired on Adult Swim as part of their April Fool's event in 2020. Even after a full first season was ordered, Adult Swim dropped all of it besides the Brazil special, of course, on one random day in January. It seems like the network didn't have a whole lot of faith in this one at first, but now it's getting renewed for 2 new seasons before the next season even drops. That's high praise. Michael Cusack does emphasize though that he doesn't want to see the show go on forever. You know, like another Adult Swim show. It won't go and go and go, Cusack says, discussing how he and Haddle have both thought about where the show should end. We want it to be like a nice little box set, and we've talked about potential seasons that we'd want to stop at for sure, and it depends on the day. Sometimes we'll wake up and be like, you know what, 3 seasons could be enough, but then the next day we're like, no, actually another number sounds better. So we always go back and forth, but we are pretty staunch on it not going on forever. Well, as Harvey Dent once said, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Talking about his approach to the show moving forward, Cusack says, it means you don't have to make the same episode that the engine of the show relies on, which is the Smiling Friends go out and help a depressed character. Just like the shows we love and grew up with, the best part is now we can make a whole episode about a secondary character and zoom in on them more and explore the town. Season 2 seemed to dabble in that a little bit, especially with what was probably my favorite episode of the entire series so far, a Alan adventure. In fact, I do want to smoke some weed, fill my belly with diet soda, and play some Burnout Revenge for the PS2. Talking about some of the side characters Cusack would hypothetically want to focus an entire episode on in the future, he says there's so many. Of course, Mr. Frog is always someone it's fun to go back to. His spirit really is the spirit of the insanity of the show. Secondary characters can be tough because you don't want to bring back people that they have already helped because we feel like that might be running out of ideas. But there are some repeat characters that can come back, like DJ Spit. Isn't Mr. Frog like the president now? I feel like we kind of have to revisit that. I am excited to see those characters once again sometime in the future, but I am hyped to see what other monstrosities season 3 ends up bringing. Some of my favorite guests from the entire show were in season 2, like the rotoscoped Joel Haver episode. We gotta see him come back. Come on now, there can never be enough of that.
This whole time you could talk. Why didn't you say something?
I guess I was waiting till I had something to say.
Zach Haddle chimed in to talk a little bit about the unorthodox writing of the show. They don't have a writer's room. It's literally just these 2 guys coming up with silly ideas. Breaking that down, he says, even the pilot, it's always been like, you and I can write it, and if we really feel we need to expand it, we can expand it. For the most part, every episode idea, every script, it's really just Michael and I and whatever we think works. Hey man, don't fix it if it ain't broke. Smiling Friends, I think, is easily one of the better things to come out of Adult Swim in the last couple of years, although I do like Michael Cusack's other projects with the network, like that YOLO Rainbow Trinity show is pretty funny, and my absolute favorite thing is the Bush World Adventures, which is of course the parody of Rick and Morty that they did.
I did some science to me portal gun, and now it's also a real gun.
Getting into some actual details on season 3 though, the duo confirmed that this new season will once again end with a Christmas episode. Cusack says that this episode focuses on a character who needs more attention. Could that be Glip? Like, I feel like it has to be Glip. I feel like all of the main characters have kind of gotten an episode to themselves. I was really missing Glip in a lot of the season 2 episodes. He just didn't really feel as present, in my opinion. I have really liked the last 2 Christmas episodes though, especially in season 2, when Pym ate that ancient artifact at those burial grounds. I just didn't think they would actually commit to him turning green. But they did. You guys saw that episode too, right? Michael also discusses how season 3 will play around with new animation formats like the previous seasons, stating, as always, it's fun to play with new formats, new mediums of animation, so we've done that a few times. The first episode of season 3 has a fun character that plays with the medium a lot. That's got a guest voice of someone we really like too. I wonder who that could be. The show has seen a wide array of guest voices such as Finn Wolfhard and Gilbert Godfrey. YouTube creators like Doug Walker and James Rolfe have also appeared on the show, like literally appeared on the show physically. And there's even a voice cameo from Master Shake himself, Dana Snyder. I'm really excited for season 3, not just because I liked seasons 1 and 2, but because these creators are also reflecting and kind of critiquing their previous episodes from before. Talking about a previous episode, Cusack says, Frowning Friends from season 1 was a good example of an episode that we just felt wasn't right. We always say episodes that feel off, we call them stress episodes because usually we have a deadline, and it's like, we have to get this done. And we have to just write a whole script in a day that we feel like isn't working. But something about the energy of having the deadline makes some weird stuff come out. The Renaissance Men in the Frowning Friends episode is a good example of that. That really came out of just panic. So we're really proud of that one now too, because of how stupid it is. This reminds me a lot of how Trey Parker talks about the South Park episode Make Love Not Warcraft. When you're under pressure like that, yeah, sometimes you're forced to get weird and you don't know if it's gonna work or not. But in both of these cases, I feel it does. That South Park episode famously has scenes from within the game World of Warcraft. At the time, Trey thought it wasn't going to be well received, but it ended up making the episode one of the biggest standouts from that entire series. So many other shows, Family Guy, would have just had a one-note gag about it, but South Park actually worked with Blizzard on that episode to make it the entire focus. Smiling Friends has a similar energy, employing different styles of animation and also its bizarre surrealist humor.
Get out of my head! Get out of my head! You're in my head! You're in my head!
Having that all jam-packed into 10 minutes makes this so unique too. It's almost too short, but just sweet enough for me to miss it when it's over. I really love this show and I need more of its chaos in my life. I am so excited for season 3 of this show. I cannot wait to see it. Unfortunately, we do not have a release date as of right now, but we do know that it's coming out in fall of this year. That is notably a much smaller gap in between seasons 1 and 2 as well. Fall is coming up here though, so we should be getting a release date sometime soon. Let me know down in the comments if you're excited for this one. Hey everybody, if you like update videos on horror movies and even animated shows sometimes, make sure to subscribe to this page. We'll be talking about this show as well as the new season of South Park in the following weeks. Stay tuned. Also, check out my gaming channel GullGotha, where we're currently playing some Repo, Dead by Daylight, and even Alien Isolation. Thank you all for your support. Thank you all for watching, please subscribe, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.